It is Sarah K Ramsey, here to help you find love and success after a toxic relationship so you can bounce back better. And so toxic people stop surprising you, okay? And toxic people get in our heads, get in the game, win because we allow them to surprise us, okay? So I want you to imagine, the Little Red Riding Hood, right? And so when we hear these fables as kids, right, we don't think, oh man, maybe if the Little Red Riding Hood goes back to the wolf's house, if she talks to him this time, then maybe the wolf will act better. Or, maybe if the wolf, hits rock bottom, he'll act better. Or maybe, if the wolf reads this book, then they'll act better. Maybe if it's grandma's birthday, the wolf won't eat her. Okay? And so often, hi Kara, so often what happens is we keep thinking there's going to be some circumstance to make them different than who they are. And you hear it in like, oh, I can't believe this person did this. I can't believe they did that for grandmother's birthday. I can't believe they couldn't do what was best for the kids. I can't believe they couldn't pull their stuff together for the big meeting. I couldn't believe they this. And when you reinforce in your head, I can't believe they act like that, or I can't believe they did that, you create cognitive dissonance. You set yourself up for failure because you're telling yourself, like, that's a signal in your head. I only believe the good things that toxic people do. I don't believe the bad things that toxic people do. You're telling yourself in your head, I am only going to enforce the good beliefs and I'm going to ignore the bad beliefs. I'm only going to see green flags and I can't believe red flags. And you choose not to see the pattern of behavior. Then you choose not to see the truth. And then, then you break up, you take, it's like, oh, we broke up, we've been away from each other for 2 years. They were awful, they didn't listen to me for 20 years. We break up, 2 years later, oh, I can't believe he did this. Why can't you believe it? Why can't you believe it? Have you ever asked yourself, why? When he's continuously shown one pattern, and part of the pattern can be trying to suck you in and reel you in, and convince you, manage his or her image. Part of the pattern is that, and I want to recognize that. Okay? But then when you're telling your brain, oh, I can't believe a wolf bites. I can't believe a crocodile bites. I can't believe a baby cries. I can't believe teenagers like to listen to music. I can't believe football players smell bad after football practice. When you reinforce in your head, I can't believe they do that, then you are setting yourself up to be taken advantage of. You're setting your nervous system up to be in a mess all the time, and you're never going to get into acceptance. And we keep thinking, oh, well, I can't believe they behaved that way to this other girl. I can't believe the way they behaved that way at their daughter's wedding. I can't believe they behaved that way at whatever. And as you keep telling yourself, I cannot believe, that is preventing you from moving on. Believe it. Babies cry. Football players smell bad after practice. Teenagers like to listen to music. Crocodiles bite. And toxic people do what is in their best interest rather than being concerned about the interest of others. It is really that simple. We just don't want it to be that simple. Okay? We just think, well, how could they possibly be that way? And you're seeing from your own perspective rather than, you don't, when you're extroverted and an introvert wants to stay home, you might say, well, I can't believe they want to stay home. I can't believe they don't want to go, out with all the friends. You would not use that language in any other circumstance. More than likely, you would have some empathy and understanding. And most of you are empathetic. Use that empathy to recognize they are different than you. They see the world differently than you. And every time you enforce that belief in your head that they would do what I would do, I can't believe they didn't, they should have blank, it is a sign that you are there's a tug in your head and your heart that you're not really wanting to move on from the situation. Because what moving on is boredom. Oh, of course that's what they did. What do you want for lunch? Oh, of course that's what they did. Why would I be surprised that they did the wrong thing? Why would I be surprised that they lied about this? Why would I be surprised that they served their best interests instead of thinking of other people? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and hoping to get different results. And thinking beyond hope and beyond hope, beyond hope, that a pattern of behavior that is entrenched for years is all of a sudden magically fairy dust going to be different, is your brain playing tricks on you. It is your brain playing tricks on you. And I want you to think about, would you give the Little Red Riding Hood advice? You know, it's Grandma's birthday, so let's invite the wolf back over. I'm sure he'll behave better this time. You would never do that. There are wolves in your own life that you think are going to turn into lapdogs or kitty cats or snuggle bunnies. Rather than saying, the freedom of saying, wolves act like wolves. He does that because he wants to. She does that because she always gets the better end of the deal. He does that because he wants to manage his image. She does that because she wants to avoid responsibility. And really, in some ways, it's giving them the freedom of being who they are. That's who they are. It's not who I want them to be. But telling yourself they are not behaving in ways I align with, or they are not being who I wish they were, is a lot clearer problem to solve and will clear that cognitive dissonance. Rather than telling yourself, I can't believe they acted that way. Stop getting surprised by toxic people and learn to become toxic person proof so you can have a life worth living. Hope that helps.